Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would do another stream of consciousness, that's the way I roll when it comes to these videos, and I'm going to talk about a day in the life of an entrepreneur, which is Iron Lady Energy Advisors. Before we get to the content, please be sure to like this video, subscribe so you can get more content in oil and gas and professional development topics, and please be sure to comment on the video below so I can incorporate your feedback into future videos. Please be sure to hit that notification bell when you do subscribe, because I'm going to upload way more than I used to. Well, let's get to the content. Okay. I would like to talk about how I spend my days as an entrepreneur and how I am living my life. I have gone through the past 3 weeks with a whirlwind of emotions. And the whirlwind of emotions primarily came from what was taught to me as a definition of success coming from university versus how I'm chartering my path right now. What I mean by that is, I think when I was in university, a lot of the definitions of success that was shared with me are you are a company recruiter for one of the best oil and gas companies, top performing oil and gas companies, providing the best internship opportunities for the students at the best university for petroleum engineering. And you're supposed to work in corporate as part of your definition of success. Well, yeah, I started working for a company when I graduated from college, and I thought I had it made. I thought I was like, I'm on the right track. And then I got laid off a year into it. So then I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe my luck wasn't that great. Maybe I graduated at the wrong time. So when I started pursuing my career and like landed the next job, I got laid off again 2 years later. So I'm like, okay, bummer. But then as I, continued my path in oil and gas, working for different corporations, I found a common theme. But the common theme I realized is that maybe it's not cut out for me. And I'm not trying to close that door. What I'm trying to say is that I never felt like I was leveraged 100% of the skills that I can give. Now you may be wondering, Yoshi, what exactly are these skills that you're talking about? These corporations have turned you into a credible petroleum engineer. Like, you work for the big name companies and you've gotten the exposure, you've gotten the experience, you've gotten the feedback, you learned your ways in the corporate world. But I also realized that I wasn't completely happy. I didn't feel like I was leveraged 100%. What I mean by that is, okay, I can do reservoir engineering, I can do production engineering work. What about writing a paper and presenting that in conferences? What about being able to invest into nonprofits? What about being able to educate? I always found myself doing something else along with my 9 to 5. And I don't know if that's a sign of being an entrepreneur, but at least that's what people were telling me that I was. I was the last one to admit that. But now I'm taking the leap to go off on my own. So back to the skills. It is the technical skills, the technical work that I can do in the 9 to 5. But there's also the branding. There's also the writing the paper. There's also the education aspect of helping the next generation of engineers. I wanted the leadership, mentorship, also being mentored and also being coached, but then also being able to do it my job. I wanted a past, present, and future all at once. What can help me be leveraged based on my past, what I can do in the now, and how can someone prepare me for the future? I wanted that all in a day's worth of work. Maybe my expectations are too high. So, how am I fulfilling that as an entrepreneur? Well, the way I do that is I reflect on my past. So I picked up 2 adjunct teaching positions. and I'm going to be developing content of petroleum engineering and energy finance, with things that I've done in my past to develop the credibility that I have today in those two particular subjects. I work on current projects that I'm assigned that I've been getting bites on for my consulting firm. Then I work on leads for the future. I work on developing my network. So, for example, I just came from a veterans event talking about my consulting firm. And if I can have at least one person hear me and take my business card and reach out to me, I think that's a win, regardless. I already gave out 100 business cards in my 3 weeks. Um, I knew that was the task that I was supposed to do. I already printed out like 500 of them. And I already my goal is to, by the end of the summer, get rid of 100 of them. Or not 100 of them, 500 of them. So, we'll see how that goes. I want to be able to spread the word on Iron Lady Energy Advisors. I want to be able to, invest in the social media, invest to my future personal branding, also develop the chops that I have in my personal branding, and leverage on my past from what I developed for my personal branding. Now, I'm saying branding a lot, but I'm just using that as an example of how I like to be leveraged. And I want to be leveraged for all of it, not just for being placed into one sliver of it in a box. Because that's kind of the theme that I've gotten working for corporations. If there is a corporation out there that can help me leverage me for my past, present, and future, I'm more than happy to take advantage of that. And I am willing to walk through that door. Well, folks, that's everything that I wanted to share with you as far as my musings go in the day in the life of an entrepreneur professionally. If you want to know how it is the day in the life of an oil and gas entrepreneur personally, I work out. I wake up early in the morning. I read books. I coach when I want to in fitness. That's what I mean. I try to keep myself active, and I try to keep a routine. And I've been spending a lot of my time traveling too. Like I said, I'm enjoying my life. And I'm proud to say that I'm probably living my best life at the moment. And maybe even better things are yet to come. But I'm optimistic. That's what I'm trying to say. I hope you are optimistic in wherever you are in your life too. Reach out to me if you need any advice, if you need any help, if there's any way that I can contribute to your world. That's all for now. Bye.